activities as well. And moreover, we are focusing on something which is fruitful through this program. So starting with this, I will give you next 2 to 5 minutes of time. In that, you can go to the chat window, chat option. There you can type the 3 things which you want to learn, any 3 things from this session. So we have 3 steps of session. This is a day 1, and then there is a day 2 and day 3, which is coming up in the next week. So in this whole session, what are the 3 things you want to learn effectively, so that I can help you much more focused towards that? Because basically marketing, you might have heard so many people talking about so many things, and I'm not interested to give something which is everyone saying. I would like to give something which is very much tailor-made, and for that purpose, you need to help me in the beginning so that I can help you in the next set. So it would be a win-win situation. So your time starts now. So over the chat window, you can type any 3 points which you would like to learn the most. And before you write up, I just want to share, we are focusing more on the modern generation of marketing, not even on the conventional one. Because conventional one, everyone has explained, and you have learned, experience, so many things you have done. But the new generation market, or particularly, now the entire world market is going to make a drastic change because of this COVID effect. A lot of places, a lot of things are happening, and people are still under the anxious state. What will happen after this? Post this, what will happen? Because a lot of things are stuck up in the place and it is not even moving. So it's very much important for you to know how to market and how to get it back to your bucket very soon. So your time starts now. You can write any 3 points. Very short points would be fine. Even a 4 or 5 word statement also would be fine. You can just start now. Your time starts now. Great points. I can see on the screen. I can see good points. New ways of marketing, marketing strategies, digital marketing. Yes. Wonderful. Great. Marketing techniques, attracting clients, art of marketing. Okay, digital marketing. Online presence and data analytics, global marketing, how to find new clients. Interesting. Tips to convert the clients. Strategies, importance of marketing. You can share more points, whatever you have. SEO and SMO, okay. Art of convincing clients, okay. Social media, less but effective content, great. How to return our old clients, great. Retaining existing customers. All right, customer relationship. What are things must avoid in digital marketing? That's really interesting. Minimizing digital costs and optimizing reachability. DBM, all right. Things which we have to ignore in the marketing. All right, great. All right, last 1 minute. What we should do at the present while we are locked down? This is a really important question because all of you have a lot great impact based on this? That's really good question. Good one. Social media marketing, budget, zero cost marketing tool. Okay. Recovery advantages of marketing. All right, great. So time up. So let's continue with this. So all of you guys have given a lot of insights and expectations over here. So basically marketing, the learning, art of learning the marketing is something like you're grabbing the entire ocean in your pockets. So it's a lifetime thing. So however, we would try to cover as much as possible in the most crisp and clear way rather than giving through lectures and all. So one question was pretty interesting to me. Many people were asking about digital marketing and even about after Corona effects. So how it is going to work on or what to do on this particular aspect. So these are the two things which many people are still looking for. Even I remember Suman was also asking something almost a month back, right? Suman? Suman, are you there? All right. So she was also asking the same thing, or so many people were asking the same question.
Sorry.
Yeah, after Corona, how it is going to get recovered, and so many other things are also making people anxious, as I told earlier. So let's start something from here in this way. So many questions were there. I am segregating it into three categories. One is very basic skills of marketing. Another one is focusing towards digital marketing, and third one is focusing towards customer management and selling skills. So selling skills and customer management, we will keep on a hold because that's completely going towards the focus of after getting the leads. Because once you get the lead, it is going to convert into sales. So it is going to the category of sales. So let us focus first on grabbing the food. Once you grab, then only you can eat. So let us start with the way how to grab it rather than how to eat it first. So we are going to start in this way. All of you know about what is the meaning of marketing or something. There were some questions, some people were asking basics of marketing and all. So still, in a quick way, I can tell marketing is nothing but it is making a person feel that, okay, it is right for me. Or in another term, I usually say in marketing sessions, I usually say it's an art of seduction. To be honest, that's the way I will tell to the people. It's an art of seduction. Seduction in the sense, whatever product or service you have, the people will get seduced towards that and they will feel to buy it, or they will feel to know more about it, or they will try to inquire more about it, or they will try to fit it with their own business life or personal life. So something like that. That's how the marketing basically goes. So in my view or in my perspective, this is how I say it's an art of seduction. So let's come to this point here. How to do that? So for that, we will start from the basic level. First one, you need to know what is your product. So all of you have a product or service or something. So how you are going to define that in 6 words maximum. You can have in 1 word, 2 word, 3 word, or up to 6 words you can use. Please use only 6 words, which you feel that the most impressive one about your product or service. Just you can type here. You have 1 minute of time. Within 1 minute, you need to type because we have a lot more things to cover and we have to go with a very crisp and precise way. Just write down one line. Remember, while you're writing, you must remember that it should make the other person feel attractive about whatever product or service you're offering. So that way you need to write. From there, we are going to start the basics. So wherever you're working, whichever company, whichever organization, you have a set of product or service. So just write one line about it, maximum within 6 words. You can even write with 1 word also, which should make people feel really attractive. So your time starts now. Wow, the best Arabian hospitality on air. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Redefining way. Okay, great. We simplify the travel. We take you to business places. Remember, your target is to seduce the reader on the product or the service, whatever the line which you are making should make the person feel seduced towards that. That's how you have to consider it. So you can even use new lines also. Probably your company may have something already existing, but still you need to define something. That's the activity. We take you to business places. Great. You can think. I will give 1 more minute extra to think. Reputed corporate, yeah. Okay, corporate travel management company, your design, your leisure. Taking where pride and prestige meets. We help you navigate your hotel travel, all right? Let's rediscover incredible India. Caring you is our business. Okay, hotel buying summarized to get you the best value, because you can write down in 6 words. I would suggest you to have a rework on that, maximum 6 words. There is a reason behind that. I will explain you later why I told 6 words. Wow, that's nice. Internet is for booking. We are there for. Okay, internet is for looking, and we are there for booking. Okay, creating memories together. Wonderful. All right, personalized service and 24/7 support. Service under one umbrella. All travel services at your doorsteps. Okay, great. Good answers so far. Good. So many people have answered. It's really interesting and wonderful. So let me ask one question. How many of you told that we are doing this instead of you will get this? Basically, the focus is towards you will get this, but almost all of you told that we do this. We. This is a term almost everywhere we were using. If you look at most of the things, it was either it was not focused in that way, like you are going to get, or it was saying that, okay, we are offering. So the term we, do you know the power of we? When we say we are giving or I am giving, we are giving, I am giving. So this is compared to you will get, or we are offering you. So the offers or you will get kind of statement, it has a power compared to the statement of we. For example, when you are walking through the street and somebody is saying that we are selling the best food in this street, and another person is saying that you will get the best food in this street. So which one makes you more comfortable over here? Whether the statement of you will get or whether the statement of we are giving. You can just type, yes, you will, correct. You will get. So there onwards, you need to start. So offering something to the people will make them comfortable rather than we are giving. We will give, we offer, we do this. Instead of you will get, start using the term you will get. You will get the best service in the world. We are giving the best service in the world. The difference is very simple. Human brain is wired in such a way that we do not believe people so easily. Whatever you say, so many people come and say, we are giving the best service. All of you know, there are so many sales executives who are coming to you and meeting you and saying that we are giving this service, we are giving that service. And you will never feel much more impressive about most of the people. 99% of people will not feel impressive. 1% of people will impress you, or rather the first term which I use, the art of seduction towards a product or service, they're using that. And they actually convince, because they, if you look very keenly to them, the way they propose their service or product to you is something like you will get. This would be the term, the terminology you will. So from there you need to start. Otherwise, people do not have a method to believe, because our brain is wired in such a way that we cannot believe things easily until unless it is proved. And in marketing, you know, the product and service, you cannot give a free service to somebody always so that they can enjoy and they can understand that, okay, oh wow, this is so great and I need to book next time. It will happen once you get the sales. But basically in travel industry and all, it is not possible. You cannot give a free trip to Indonesia and Jakarta to everybody so that they will book next time, because once they enjoy, probably they will not come back in this industry. They will go for another destination next time. After going to Indonesia, next time they will go to Germany, and another time they will go to Switzerland. They will not repeat the same destination. So you cannot give the service repeatedly for free of cost also. So only way is start using we are offering, or you will get this, or you are offered with this thing. This is how you need to start. So for that, when you're using this terminology, you need to know what customer knows. I'm giving you food. Somebody is saying that I'm giving you food, and the other person is not hungry, then how will you sell the food? There is a way still to sell the food. Anybody can say the answer. You can just type on the screen and you can send the message. I am selling food, and the person is not hungry. The other side, the person is not hungry. Still, how I can make the person feel, come towards me and make that buy from me? When hunger strikes, yes, when hunger strikes, people will do that. Of course, that is very much possible. But this person is not hungry, but still I need to sell it. Which food you prefer? Yeah, that's a wonderful question. You can ask them which food you prefer. Still, you don't have much more food. You have only 1 or 2 food with you. So that's the only thing you have to sell. Probably like all of you have limited set of service, and that service only you can sell. You cannot sell anything and everything that people want. You will get the taste you had not experienced. Wonderful. That's also there. Still something more interesting. Can you find out? The taste I have not experienced. So, okay, still I'm not hungry, so I'm not eating. Still, can you make it even more attractive? Anybody? Excite your taste buds. These are good. These are taglines. I'm just telling you something to make like this. How I or the other person who is standing in front of me feel to have a try on this. I should feel that, okay, let me have a try, even if I'm not hungry. We care for your health and needs. Okay, that's also a good tagline. Again, something more. Everybody can try. Can you taste this little? Okay, that's a good idea. Persuading the person, it's a really good idea. Really, this will also work. If the person feels this is really tasty, the person may even buy also. That's good. Okay. Okay. Make them starve by showing delicious food. That's also a great idea. You can do that also. Basically, the marketing for this travel industry also have the same trend. They will show the beautiful sceneries and the couples walking through all those sceneries, photos, videos, and all, and you make the people starve for another trip towards that destination. That's really good one. Yeah. Okay, that's a great idea. The way you elaborate the product and market. Okay, all right, thank you. You won't know until you try. Yeah, that's also really exciting. No regrets, taste now. Okay. Do you want peas on? Okay. All right. Okay. This food is available only here. This food is available only here, and only once in your life you can taste this food. Do you want to try? How it makes? Definitely, I'm not going to use this terminology. Just I'm telling you how it makes people feel. This food is available only at this place, this particular place. There are certain food like that. There are certain food, certain places, certain destination. For example, I'll give an idea. There is something called, there is a flower in the state of Kerala, the place called Munnar. I think, yeah, it is near Munnar. And that place, there is a mountain, and on top of the mountain, there is a flower which is locally known as Neela Kurunji. So that flower is not easily available for everybody, and there is nothing special about the flower much to say, but still it is visible only once in 12 years, and just to see that, people come over there, and these people, the travel agencies, market it so much. So it is a rare experience for the person. Probably for an average person, he can see that maybe 4 or 5 times maximum in his life. That's a maximum possibility. So ideally, a person who lives for 60 years, he can see 4 or 5 times maximum. So those kind of things, rare, options or non-availability or scarcity or something which is creating the person excited. What makes me excited? So these kind of things only will make people feel to have a taste on that when they are not hungry. So you have to create something towards that. That's the way you need to start marketing. So even if you're preparing a content, even when you're talking to the client, even when you're writing an email, everywhere you need to focus that. Tell the client you are going to get this thing instead of that we are going to give you this thing. So start using the power of their benefit instead of your offers. Make it as a habit from here on. That's the first tip which I would like to share. So what they want to have is something which you need to remember next time. So we are coming towards that. I'm sure you will miss this lifetime experience. Yeah, that's great one. You need your feedback on this and just take a bit. Okay, taste it like it's limited stocks, grab it now. Yeah, that's also wonderful. Please try it, you like without hunger. Okay, good statements. So you have made so many statements like that. Great one. All right, so let us come back to this. Not on the chat. Let us come back to the activities again. So how will you know that what people want? You're there to sell, but you should know what people want. I am selling food, and if people are not looking for food, then what is the point? Even if people are there and still they are not coming to you, then you need to know there is something which is really hurting your business interest. So how will you identify what is that point? I'm selling food. So many other people are selling food. Probably all of you are in the travel industry or similar industries. Then everyone is selling. So how will you grab your potential customer towards your side? For that, you need to know what exactly the customer is looking for in that particular aspect. So where will you get that point? How will you identify that point? A customer is looking for something, and customer is, okay, let me say in another way, somebody is buying a chappal, or somebody is buying a shoe or a shirt or a churidar. There are so many shops on the street. How the people will decide? Definitely one point you need to exclude, that is a costing and price. Forget about the price. Other than that, what are the points you can tell them? Many of us had a belief once upon a time, while we had started all these activities of marketing, selling and all, price is the decision maker. Definitely price do something, but price is not the prime factor. And this is now what I'm saying is not based on marketing experience. It is based on the psychological perspective way. I'm telling price is not the first terminology for a purchase. Otherwise BMW wouldn't have been in this world, or if Apple wouldn't have been in this world. Everywhere it would have been China who was selling every product. So price is not the point. What are the other points? Attraction, yeah. Quality of product, collections, yes. Presentation, creating attraction, great. Quality and cost. Okay, quality is a really good point. Again, cost we are keeping aside. Brand value, value for money. I think for me it's a trust. Yes. Again, trust has to be created first. Exclusivity, all right. Presentation of the product is main part. Yes, very much. So somebody has stated that presentation or creating the attraction. That's the point. It's, yes, it's very clear. Good. Any more points? Engage to feel, yes, experiencing them, make them experience. Great. Okay. Social status, product of your dream. All right. Okay. Great. So many points you are told. Now the question, how will you get to know? You cannot live for 15 years to understand the entire market and start selling something. You have started a business or you're working inside a business organization and you have to do your activity. So nobody will give you time of 15 years to experience everything and start something. You can do that after a long time of experience by your own. But right now, you people are not in that position to do these kind of things, to have a market study for years to understand the trend and lines of the market methodologies. So instead of that, you need to understand what customer is looking for. So when we say market, before market start or marketing starts, we need to start understanding the customer need. So many of you might have heard about this story. It's a quick story. I will just share in a minute of time. So two people from a very well-known shoe company were transferred to Africa. They were supposed to develop a marketing over there for selling the brand new shoes from the company. So both of them reached there, and they reached there and they started to look around and experience with the people. And by the evening, the first guy had called the boss and told that, boss, this place is hopeless because nobody is using chappal over here. So I'm coming back. Boss said, yes, fine, you can come back. And the second guy called after 1 hour and he said, boss, nobody is using chappal here. And it is a good place that we can market. So there is an attitude for that. So with that attitude, we need to look at this particular perspective. How you are going to understand the customer need or the client need before the client actually come to you and do it. So how will you understand that? What is the way to know the pain points or the wishes or dreams of a customer? Need analysis, wonderful. How will you do the need analysis? Faisal had told that point. Yeah, ask high value questions. Okay, great. Talk to your customer. Okay. Ask for feedbacks. Okay. Yeah, communication is the key point. That's right. Okay. Market research. Okay. Okay. Talking and understanding past experience, local market, and market study. Okay. Basically, all of you are focusing to the same point. It is market study or market research. Right? What is the gap of my, okay, what is the gap my product is filling? Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm giving you a bridging point over here. The first point, what is the pain of a customer? What is the pain of a customer? Forget about your product. Don't look with your product and see what where the customer will come in. Because many people actually fail in the market by doing that activity. They will try to fit the product to the customer instead of understanding the pain. So we have a travel option or we have some travel packages. Let us push it into somebody, or we have a set of sari, or we have set of shoe, or we have some number of offers which fit for you. So this is how usually people try to fit with the people, and this actually is going to create a pain to the people because they feel like, okay, I am actually looking for, but right now I'm not in a situation, I cannot do these kind of things, something like that. Or people will feel that over persuasion, somebody is putting pressure on me right now, I don't want to buy, still you people are calling me, they will get irritated. So all those things are a failed methodologies. Many people have tried and applied and failed. So instead of that, without any judgment, whether your product will fit there or not, still you need to understand what's the pain point of a customer. So for example, a sari and depression. What is the connection? A customer is facing depression, and how a sari will fit over there? Or laddu and depression, how you can connect it over there? Really an impressive question probably it would be, or maybe it's a curious question. I am giving you time just to correlate with this, something like this. Okay, really unhappy in his life, and how a TV brand can make the person happy. So just I'm giving a quick activity. I'll tell you about the example of sari a little later. So just I'm giving an example how you can connect these two things. The pain point is the person is going through depression or unhappiness, and the product what you have is television. So how it can be connected? A television and depression, how it can be connected? Or even you can think of another example, a person who is struggling in terms of his wellness, and or the person is finding a lot of work pressure every day in his office, lot of work pressure, and how a chocolate can help the person. Yes, entertainment, giving momentary distraction, relaxation. Okay. Okay. Mood elevator. All right. Okay. What's the programs in high definition? Relax under the comfort of your home. Yeah, diversion. Great. Great. Anything more? Good one. Go on, go on. Somebody else also can come on. More people can come on. Yeah. The taste of chocolate can change its mood. Yes. TV lagao, sab bhul jao. Great. Indulgence in times of stress. Yeah. Listen to the music. Okay. All right. Temporary relief. Okay. Okay. All right, great. So all of you have given the answer. It's really fantastic. Now let us connect here. How this is going to work. So you're a TV seller and you got an idea what is the pain point of the customer. So now you need to use the connecting statement to the people. What you have a product and you understood the pain point of the customer. Instead of pushing the customer, try to connect between both these. For example, TV lagao sab bhul jao. I think Faisal, somebody has told that answer. TV. Faisal has told the answer. TV lagao sab bhul jao. They say so many things like this. Not even temporary. If you can even give something like this, the taste of chocolate can change his mood. So this chocolate can change your mood. So something like this kind of connect. I'm giving a simple example over here. Probably in practical way, you have to use different statement. I will give an assignment for that little later, which you can work out during this weekend and all. So now you got the point. So first you need to understand the pain point, and now try to connect with the connect with your product or service. Now I will give a simple tip about it. Since we have very less time, I'm giving in a very short and crisp method instead of explaining it into too much. The one which I'm trying to share here is a study which was happened in Amazon. While Amazon came to India, instead of using these marketers, they started to use a psychologist for their market study. It was a different trend. In India, it was not like that. They used to have MBA holders or somebody who is in marketing and all. They try to use them to understand them. But Amazon did really a different job. There are so many other companies doing that nowadays. What they did, they tried to understand how to connect people emotionally. So I'll just give one hint about it, not everything. One hint. What they did, they found the methodology of no cost EMI. All of you are knowing about it. All of you know that. A product which is somewhere 25,000 or 50,000 worth. Earlier, before these guys came to India, it was something like you have to get that much of money in your wallet and buy it, or you have to take a loan and you have to repay with the interest and everything. And they found a new methodology. People are so happy if their burdens are getting reduced, even in terms of purchase or buying. So for that, psychologists have done the survey, understanding about people, and happiness is being given in a EMI scheme. This is exactly they have used, and it really worked. Now many people are starting to use that, and for that they have done multiple activities also. So similarly, how you are going to reduce their pain, customer should feel. At the same time, I'm not telling you to give anything for free of cost. You need to reframe your marketing activities in such a way that your product, the quality, everything is already there, because all of you are so happy to tell the one line tagline about your product and services in the beginning. But now when you look at how can you say that this will reduce the pain of a customer? So this is your assignment today, which I'm giving you, how your tagline matches to the customer's pain point. So that's how you need to connect. And you all can send this to Suman. Suman will help you with the details also, how to submit this information and all. So based on that, we will actually help you very specifically towards that also in the next session. So, okay. So the points what we have understood is that first we need to offer the things in such a way that you will get. This is one statement which I told you, the point number one. Second one, you need to understand their pain. For that, the market study has to be done. We will understand how the marketing study has to be done in the upcoming sessions also, because there are so many other things also to be learned. So marketing study is the second point. And the third point, it has to be connected to their pain, and your focus must be your product or service. It has to reduce the pain of the customer in some or the other way. So that way is something is your intelligence. Your market intelligence has to come over there. It has to connect to their emotion. So in my perspective, if you cannot touch the emotion of the person, you cannot sell anything in this world. This is a reality. Anything, if you want to sell, you may be selling it to the most intelligent person or most logical person of this world also. Still, it has to touch to the emotion of the person. This is a reality. This is a market science, market study, and psychology too. In all these aspects, it has to connect to their emotion. So your assignment comes here. Whatever is your product or service, you need to define which kind of pain points your customers have and how you are going to reduce their pain by your service or product. This is your assignment. So, Suman, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so Suman, you can help them to gather this information and data before the session so that I can give them very precise things in the next level, because it's a basic first day introductory session. So going up, we have to help them with more needs of that, because Corona effect is going to give a lot of impact and we have to help them towards that to achieve the things in a better way. So for that, they have to give the information in advance so that I can give very much focused classes and sessions in the next 2 sessions.
Done.
All right. Okay. So it's the time for your questions. You can throw the questions over here and I will answer you for the next 10 minutes. You can have your questions. Whatever questions you have, you can throw here. And I'll share you the answers.
Guys, do ask your questions. What we did
How
today.
do we extract the pain point of customer since he is a first-time visitor? Okay, so it is not one-to-one pain point always you need to do. For that, there is something called survey. We can extract the things from the people through market study, market research, and market survey. It is not a one-to-one thing. Maybe you will get a lot of things from individuals, but it is a collective data gathering. That's how it has to happen. So how the collective data gathering will happen, it is a part of digital marketing. And the next session, we will cover that also. Just for your understanding, just I'll give one hint. If you ask the customer to tell what you need, many times customer will not tell you the exact point. For that, there is something called provocative survey. I will help you with the details next time. Provocative survey is a trending thing, which many times people not understand that they are actually answering, but they are answering. It's basically depending on human mind control method. For example, just one example I'll tell you. Recently I saw in a Facebook group where around 3 lakhs plus people are there. The comment was something like, do you agree that lockdown is going to break India or make India? And a lot of people were commenting like anything, so much of comment. I think more than 40,000 comments were there under that one thread. And basically, I know the person who posted there, it was basically a market research for him. But unknowingly, people were coming and jumping over there and they were giving so much of comments. So how to form this also have a skill. So you will understand those kind of things also, how to form it, methodicize it and all in the next session. So till then you can wait for, but I just give you a hint over here. This thing you will learn in the next session. Okay, so I have answered for Fazal. Now it's from Jinal. When a customer comes back with the same product, how do we sell with a differentiation? Okay, so this question has to be asked to yourself first, like what is the kind of difference or version you have? For example, some products will keep on raising the price. Some products or services will be completely stopped and terminated before the price go down, and they will come with a new version. Basically, the idea is nothing but old wine in a new bottle. Maybe the bottle color and even the label will be changed. For just an example, I'm sharing you. Apple, iPhone. If you look at iPhone, they never sell iPhone, or they will stop producing the brand iPhone once the price go below 50,000, and they will every year they come up with the new product. So basically, if you look at, they have something to destroy also in the software operating system. After 2 years, a phone will start to get hang and all. So many companies have used this methodology, but it is an unethical way, which I do not support personally. So that's one thing they do. So they say that advanced version, new version, much more add-on features, something like that. So similarly, I don't know what you have actually. You have a product or service, I'm not sure. If it is a service, you can have a diversified way. For example, I am giving you okay, I'm giving a service of wellness here. For example, I have a gymnasium here, and people are coming over here, and every time when they come, renewing people will get a discount, or those people who are coming here will get add-on features, or those who are continuing will get something else also, maybe maybe a membership or somewhere else, or maybe a free test or whatever, something like that you will say. If it is a product and if the person is coming to you again, then it is a happy thing that the person is coming back to you, in fact, because the person is happy with your service. So you have even no need to worry. Whatever you give extra would be an extra thing for the person. So the person come back to you second time is actually a good sign. And probably those kind of customers, you need to just treat as a genuine customer, and genuine offer is enough. No need to make the person too much of excited in such cases. That's the reality. Many times people run behind 5-star rated customers. Basically, 5-star rated customers will never help you to improve your business. They will just give you consistent business only. Those who are giving you a rating of 1 or 2 stars, they are really going to make you grow, because you will understand your failures and your weak points only from them. 5-star rated customers will never help you to grow. So in this case also, if the person is coming back to buy the same product, you have to be happy that the person is already coming to you, instead of thinking that, oh, okay, so how to sell it again. You can just keep some kind of exciting things. Maybe some minimal offers would be enough for them. Say like, okay, since you are a regular customer to us, I'm giving you a discount, which is a possible discount I can give you, or maybe a possible offer, possible voucher, possible coupon, possible support, or something. Whatever is possible within your bucket, you always have something in your pocket which you can, usually it will be a discount, so you can give something like that. Instead of discount, even nowadays people are offering some kind of diversified thing. For example, in this Paytm guys, after the market research, what they did to the youngsters, they started to give movie vouchers instead of cashback. Cashback would be good for people who are looking just for money. But many places, they started to understand, and after market research, they found that 150 rupees worth ticket at Book My Show is free if you are buying this product. That way they started to apply. And so many people started to come over there. Even their movie pass, which was also an inventory like this. So many times they have done the research on that, and they identified people are happy to get a movie pass for 500 rupees, 300 rupees and all. And for the whole month, they will come over there. Basically, if you look at that, when a person go for a movie, they will buy so many multiple things also. So basically, they are having a very huge tie-up over there in that way. So when a person is coming back to you, don't worry, it is a good sign. You have no need to make him too much of excited. Minimal excitement is there because it is a repeated customer, for sure customer. Effective ways of understanding customer requirements. Okay, Nikhil, for this, I just answered of Faisal also. You can actually do the survey or marketing understanding. So for the survey, which kind of methodologies you need to use, next session I will cover it. And that time you can understand in a detailed way. However, that's the only way option, communicate to the customer as can understand. But always it is not possible to ask direct question to the customer, or somebody who is walking on the street can call and ask. No, that will not be possible in most of the cases. There is a methodology, there is a provocative methodology which you can apply. I'll help you with that in the next session for sure. Any other questions? If all my competitors know all these marketing techniques, how can I still be better? Okay, it's a good question. So my mentor, he used to say, there is nothing called monopoly. You make the monopoly. Monopoly can be made by making self-betterment, not on competing with others. So just I again give you the example of Apple and other phones. In the world, if you look at, there is Apple phones and Android phones. This is how people see. They will never say Apple and Huawei and Carbon or something else. I'm not even getting much more names about the phone and the other brands. Basically, there are so many brands. Even you can say Google phone, Huawei, Honor, or Redmi, Xiaomi. So many brands are there. Still, Apple is one side and rest all the Android phones are in the other side. So how did they do? They are not competing with other people brand. They made their own brand, their own specialty. And this point actually will connect to something called USP, unique selling proposition. So if everybody knows all those things, how you are going to sell is based on your USP. So defining USP is also a part of the program, which also you are going to learn in the next session. So in the next session, I think I need to cover these 2 points. One, how to understand the market and deal with, know the customer pain points. And the second one is USP, creating a USP, because without USP, if you are going to sell, nobody will come to you. I'm not sure how many of you are from Hyderabad. There is something called Paradise Biryani. At least some of you might have heard about this, Hyderabad Paradise Biryani. What is special about it? To be honest, in person, I don't feel anything special about it. Because I tried so many places with the different, even Kashmiri biryani or Kerala biryani, Tamil Nadu biryani, Dindigul biryani, Hyderabad biryani. So many I tried. But what is that special? They have already made a brand in such a way through some USPs. Or even there is something about Woodlands and so many other companies also. I will cover this in the next session instead of breaking the suspense today. All right. Okay. So Fazal can give the answer. What is the specialty about Paradise Biryani compared to so many other places? Great one. All right. So the question for Ritika, if all my competitors know these marketing techniques, how you can still do better? This is clearly based on your unique selling proposition. So next session, you will have an activity for that also to define your USP, which will be taking around 5 minutes of time approximately. You can prepare at that time. Any other questions? Anybody else want to ask questions?
No questions?
So many questions they have asked, and we have given them around 5 to 10 minutes of time only, because it was a 40-minute session and it's already exceeded 2 minutes.
No, I had given the session till 4:30, not to worry.
No, even I am also happy to help them. So
Yeah.
if anybody has question, then definitely I am ready to answer them, because these points are going to connect in the next session, because they need to know what, all of you have to know that how to define your USP. Because in the first question, I was just trying to understand what you understand about marketing. All of you are saying that we are doing this, we have this is the best brand. So that alone will not help. Customer need to know a point that, okay, there is a reason for the customer, according to customer's perspective, to come to you, not your perspective. Many people actually fail over here. In Bangalore city, we had done a research 2 years back to understand the startup facilities and the startup trends. So what we identified, every day around 14 to 16 startups were coming up in the city of Bangalore, including food, eateries, even clothes, IT companies, so many things. And the death rate or shutdown rate of those startups were even more than that. 14 companies opened and 17 companies were getting closed. So basically what happened, everybody was thinking that our product is something which people need, instead of looking at actually what people need and how it can be connected. So that will be a suicidal decision if you do not have a proper strategy towards your USP, because you will find a lot of stress in terms of selling and generating the business out of it. So you have an activity for this in the next session. All right. So does our ethics work out in marketing? Obviously, yes. Okay, straight answer is obviously your ethics will work. There are multiple ways. People do marketing in so many ways, even unethical way, competitors, crying on people, putting blame on others, all these things are there. But still, in person, what I have observed with people, every big fishes, they have their own methodology rather than attacking people. So there is one strategy which I can share you right now here. Some of you may be knowing this company called Byju's. 10 years back, most of you were not even heard about that name, but now it is one of the very famous name in India. And it is one of the only one company, according to my knowledge, in India where this Chan Zuckerberg team is investing money in India. So basically Facebook is funding. They have started to fund them. So it is one of the top 5 startups in India, including Oyo, Byju's and all. And even they started to represent Indian team in cricket and all. They started to give advertisement. So if you look at them, one way, beyond ethical way, they have tried something else. So if a company is giving them something really beneficial, something similar which is their need, they gather that company and acquire it. That's one way called acquisition. Another one is called business tie-up, or having an understanding between each other. Basically, this is something which comes from, in my perspective, I'm sharing. This is coming from Arthashastra of Chanakya. So he says that if you have to fight with somebody, don't fight with the people who are lower power than you. Just kill them completely or take it over to your bucket. If the person is higher above you, then what you have to do, just go and give your hand to the person so that that person will never threaten you. So something like, so they are also applying this strategy. Basically, these things actually work in marketing very well. So ethical part, if you ask me the question, straight answer is ethics always work in marketing, but you need to know the strategy. Strategy is not against ethics, but you can build a strategy without ethics also. So you have always 2 options. Have a strategy which will be successful with ethics, and have a strategy which may succeed or may not succeed without ethics also. So I would suggest for the first one, but you need to find out that that's your intelligence, that's your skill also. So many companies you can find out. You can, for example, Tata. If you look at Tata, many people in India, so many people are now praising Tata. People are even tempting others to buy products from Tata. Why? Because of some ethical value which he had highlighted. I'm not asking the background of it or what exactly it is, but again, the point is there. So there is something called ethics, which will always work. Next point, what do users notice first when they search your keywords, website, competitors, your ads? Good question, Abhishek. This one would be answered during the digital marketing part because we'll try to cover the keyword part also. There is something which you need to know. It is a long keyword and short keyword based on emotional and requirements, which we will connect in the upcoming sessions as much as possible. In the time of COVID, when all business are stressed, is it advisable still to blow on trumpet of your service and products? Okay, good one. So during the COVID, many people think that everything is getting shut down, nothing is going to happen. So I just remind you the story of those two people who went to sell in Africa, the shoe sellers who went there. So how you think about it makes difference because basically all is there in your brain. So if you think that this is not going to work out, then it will be very difficult for it to work out. Instead of that, if you look for a way, if you try to find out or search for a way to come out of it, then definitely yes. For example, one of the IT company in Bangalore, I don't want to disclose the name, they have actually did a strategy right now, complete free product support to the customers, those who want to sign the contract for the next 1 year. And they are going to offer the 3 months support free in this COVID time. So it's just a support what they offered. But what they did in the April month, they were supposed to get all the contract renewed and no companies were ready to invest on this moment because of this COVID issue. And what these guys have done, they said, we are giving free of cost offer. Nobody is even giving, many companies are shut down. Even Google, Facebook, everybody stopped there or reduced their activities. And these guys willfully went there and they said that, okay, next 3 months, you will get all the services free. Just renew the contract for next 1 year. So they ensured that after this COVID, mostly 3 or 4 months, whatever they are expecting after this, these companies or these customers are going to be there in their buckets. That's all. They've ensured that. So always there is a strategy which you need to work, and finding out that strategy is up to you. I hope I cleared the answer okay. Soilang, okay. Now Ritika, how much percentage of income shall be invested in marketing regularly according to you? Okay, good question. So the percentage of income, theoretically, if you look at, you have to spend 40%, theoretically. 40%, but investing 40% is not going to give you the success. Maybe a 10% will give better success than investing 70%. Because again, you need to know the strategy, how to invest. I'll just give a simple example. When the basic digital marketing workshop was happening for a set of very newly grooming entrepreneurs in Bangalore, they told me one thing. All of them started to do the digital marketing using Facebook. So Facebook marketing was something they were doing. They said, we were investing so much of money. We were just pouring the money to get the business. And even we were getting less than 1% of return of whatever we have invested. Even 1 million people visit our advertisement and we are getting just 4 or 5 or 100, or even maximum 100 people who are coming to us. And even in that also, no leads are getting generated. And when I look at their advertisements or their marketing posting, what I identified, most of them are not sure how to do it. It is not how much you are investing, it is how you are investing. That makes a difference. So basic business intelligence is over there. Look at one example, Jio. The team of Jio, what they have done, initially they gathered the entire customers to their bucket first. And they ensured that everybody started to have a Jio number, and it started to spread across India to everybody. For example, if I got a new number, I started to give it to everybody. It is very difficult for me to change the number immediately. And even if I port my number from this network to another network, they are not even able to give me this kind of offer, 149 rupees and the daily 2 GB data. It was very much impossible for them. Minimum 300, 400 I need to spend, and I will get maximum 40 GB of data. That was something the competitors were offering at that time. Nobody was able to compete. And many companies died in that competition. And 2 or 3 players were remaining. So what they did, they acquired the customer in that way. So they have invested there and they waited. That is also one strategy. Another strategy is that you need to apply only on the focused customer. Just when you are investing advertisement or when you are investing on marketing, if you are investing on wrong customer, what will happen? So there is something for that which is called STEM strategy that also we will learn in the upcoming session. I think there was a PPT in that we have mentioned something like this: place, people, and all those things matter. So I'll help you for that also. The STEM strategy you will learn. Based on STEM strategy only, human beings work. If you are not aware about that methodology, then you will never use that. So there is a purpose for everything. You should focus on that particular part before you invest. So even if you're investing 40%, effectively, you are going to make a huge difference in the market, and you may be creating a massive change in your potential growth also. However, in the beginning, if you're just a beginner, I would suggest you need to have approximately 25%. That's the ideal way we suggest. Ideally, there are so many calculations on that, because I cannot say exactly this is the number you need to use, but around 25% is a fruitful one for a starting level marketing person, not 40%, because 40% will burn out so many companies. Many startup companies actually died because of that as well. So use it wisely, and I'll help you for that also, how to develop the strategy. In person, I cannot give in depth of things right now because so many participants are there. But basically, I can give an understanding how this strategy has to be developed. That I will help you in the upcoming session possibly. All right. Okay, Ritika. Thank you so much. Okay, anybody else?
Hi, anyone else, any question, or should we wrap it up for today?
All right, sure. Yeah, I think you guys can share your feedbacks to Suman, and she will summarize it. And also, if you have any extra things which you would like to have, please share it with her, and she will summarize it and she will send it to me. I think you can help me for that, right, Suman? You can help,
Yes,
or you can ask the support of Tobita also.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And please gather their needs if it is possible within another 2 or 3 days, so that we can give a very focused one next time, because this is a basic one and they've just started. So
Sure.
I think as we are going to the mid-level and the advanced level, it will help them very much more.
Yeah, actually, the basic needs that you were able to see in the beginning is what I also captured in the registration forms. But now that you're going deep into it, I think it's going to give all of us an opportunity to dive deep and bring out more questions and requirements that can help us.
Yes. And moreover, as I told in the very beginning, it's an ocean and we all are trying to gather it in our pocket. So it will take time as well. And you need to make that much of space too.
Yeah, and that's what I said. There are MBA and graduation programs on marketing. We're trying to capsulate it only in 3 sessions, maybe a 4th one if we think, but as much sharing that we can do in these 3 hours.
Yes, and more questions, more learning. This is how I believe. So I suggest all of you to share your insights, your feedbacks, and your questions also to her, so that she will gather. So when you can do one thing, when you're asking, or if you're sending an email or some message to them, just mention in 2 ways. One is their expectation. Another one is their questions. So
Okay.
these two you can segregate, so that questions will be answered separately and expectation will be covered separately.
Sure, Krishna.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, all of you. And you can be in touch with Suman to get more information, details about all this. And it's a good time. So stay safe at home and take care of your health, and enjoy your days at home, because it is very difficult to get these kind of days much more. Very soon these things will change, and you will be very much actively running like horses in the market with a lot of learnings and exciting benefits also. All the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Krishna.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you again. I am ending the session now.